All right, this is Tony again with Backwoods Biker. I've had an email come in and ask me about a product that we just started selling from Wood Tramp Gear called the Wet Wood Fire Candle. Hang tight, we'll be right back. Alright, welcome back. I'm not all the way in the shop because I want you to be able to see the Wet Wood Fire Candle. And here's a couple questions. Number one, what is it? Number two, how do you use it? And while I'm in the process of this, I'm going to throw a video up off to my right up here for you so you can see this. And it's going to kind of be sped up, but it's going to show you exactly what it is. These were designed by my family a long time ago. This formula has been used in my family since about 1736, and it's the exact same stuff that's inside our survival fire kit, the SFK1. The cakes are made out of the same stuff, except we add a little bit more of one particular ingredient. And what these are designed for is to start fires in the rain, high humidity, in the snow, any wet condition. And there is a process for that. And as this video will show you, that wood that you see burning on top of that smoker right there, it came from beneath the snow, and the bark on it was very soaked. And you know, really what you should do, the process, let me just tell you the process first of all. Number one, you should take a piece of bark and strip it off and use it for a fire pan, because it is going to be the barrier between the wet ground and the fire candle and your tinder bundle that you're going to have on top. That's the first thing. The second thing is that you want to start out with sticks that are super tiny, the size of a pencil lead. You want to get a handful of something like that. And then your next size up should be the size of a pencil itself, and the next size up, double that. So you've got really small tinder that you're dealing with. There's two ways that you can put this together. You can do it with a birdcage style, but it has to be very small, or you can do it with a teepee. And in either condition, you need to have only about 3 inches to 4 inches max above the flame where your teepee's at. And once you get that teepee built, you want to put that smaller stuff on the top, so whenever this candle starts to burn, that it's going to generate heat. And the first thing that's going to happen is that it's going to start to evaporate the water that's inside of the wood itself. That's why it's important that you take the bark off, because as you know, bark will hold a lot of moisture. So you take that bark off and just let it do its magic. Now you see there are 3 wicks here. The reason that there are 3 wicks, there's 2 reasons. Number one, if it's not real wet and it's not really raining hard, then you can just use 1 wick. But the more moisture that you have in the environment, the more moisture that's in the material, you're probably going to have to light all 3 of these. And because the more that's lit, the more that it generates. And not only does the candle itself burn, or the wicks themselves, but the material also burns inside of here, and it burns extremely hot. Now, let's say that you are in a rainy environment. These will start fires in the rain, but you're going to have to protect your fire lay until it becomes very established. You know, especially your tinder bundle. It's got to be able to take off and to sustain a fire before you start really building on top of that. So you might have to put your hat over the top. If you've got a poncho, maybe some way to be able to hang that with some cordage or whatever. But the point is you want to protect it from the downpour of the rain. It will start, not a problem. The second thing is that that we have 3 wicks in here is because of the fact that if you put just one in the middle, it starts to burn quite unevenly, and it will ignite the entire candle, which we are trying to avoid. You don't want to burn up your source all at one time. Now, if used correctly in the optimum conditions, and I do want to emphasize optimum conditions as little rain, or no rain really, and little wind. The more moisture that is involved, the longer you're going to have to burn the candle. Okay, And basically, I mean, that's really what this is for, you know, so you can't be worrying about if you're going to burn up all your resource. But truth of the matter is, you know, I don't want to try to give you some fish story here. 40 fires can be made with this under the optimum conditions. The candle that I have right here that you see in the video, this candle has made about 25 to 30, okay? And there's still enough in here, I am guessing, for probably 10. And you don't see all but one. All you see is one wick in here, and that's because of my boo-boo. It shouldn't have happened, but I did something stupid here by knocking it over. But that's what it looks like. So, you know, maybe 40 fires, definitely 30 fires you can get out of this. So if you're going to be out in wet conditions, you're going to be in rainy conditions, humid, you know, in the summertime when high humidity is taking over all your dry tinder, this is a great source. Now, where you find these candles right now, they are on backwoodsbiker.com, the purchase page. Just hit that purchase button or merchandise, I forget what it says, and it'll drop down and show you all the Wood Tramp gear. Wood Tramp is our sister company, and it's where we make all of our gear at. And again, just to re-emphasize, we also make several other, and most of these are made from formulas that's been passed on down through my family for many, many years. They've been modified because the materials they used in 1736, you really don't want to use them anymore. And I'm going to do a video on that. I'm not going to actually use the materials, but I'm going to tell you what they are for those of you cats who want to get out there and do it for yourself. Appreciate you watching the video. Now listen, as you all know, if you're a subscriber, you're going to be entered into our monthly giveaways. But you have to subscribe, you have to share, and you have to like. So become a subscriber. And in addition, we just started doing this. On the bottom of the screen down here, you see an email address. You have to email us and say, I'm a subscriber now. Very simple. I am a subscriber now at that email address. And what we do is we put your name in the hat with everybody else. And what the email does for us is now when you win, you don't have to sit by your computer waiting for our video to show up and name winners. We will actually reach out and say, hey, look, Joe Blow, you're a winner. Now we need your address. It's really that simple. We're not trying to blow smoke up your dress. We aren't going to be coming and visiting in the middle of the night. We just want to give you your stuff that you win here. So, thanks for watching. And as always, you ride free, you live free. Be safe.